Welcome to the Becky Choice Podcast Show. This is the best place for diastasis recti topics, postpartum, and positive mindsets. Thank you for spending some time with me. Now, today I have a casual chit-chatting with my client who just graduated the Tummy Warrior program. Her name is Jeanette. I recorded this episode and we talked about her experience in the Diastasis Recti Tummy Warrior coaching program and how she was before and what were some of her tips staying on top of the program and not. Even when she fell off the track, how did she come back to it? And what were some of her favorite moments and how she got her results? So I would love for you to listen in and dive in and take some nuggets from it. If you find that you resonate with her, I would love to know, and you can chat with me more in my Instagram at BeckyChoi_. I would love to know more about where you're at right now with your diastasis, or maybe you're pregnant listening to this, finding out more information about this to prepare yourself. Good for you. But yeah, just reach out to me and I would love to chat with you more. I'm very active on Instagram, BeckyChoi_, and then for us to connect. So I think that would be really cool. So now let's dive into today's episode.
Okay. Yeah. So, Jeanette, Merry Christmas. And I hope you had a wonderful holidays with your families. Did you do anything special?
We have family here, but we actually, with the new variant that popped up, like the COVID variant, we sort of canceled our plans and we just stayed home.
Yeah.
Right. We would have done something fun, but yeah, we decided to stay safe.
That's right. What were you going to do?
Well, our family always has, it's like our little tradition. We always put on a show for each other. And we start working on the show like in September and we practice. It's like people do like different things. Like my cousins and I, we all choreograph a dance.
Yeah.
And so we order costumes and we put our makeup on and we perform for our friends and family on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And then everybody does different things. Like my husband gets together with the guys, they put on something and it's usually funny. The little kids play an instrument. It's really, really cute.
Yeah. But this year, because you can't have so many people in one place. Yeah, I know. Same here in Toronto. It's so sad. We had a bigger family gathering. We had to cancel last minute too. But I don't know if you knew, but my parents just arrived like a few months ago. So yeah, it was really nice to have them here, first time Christmas together with the grandchildren, and like it was just so nice. I was so happy when I saw that scenery on the dinner table. Everybody is there, and it's just like nobody is missing. At least like our immediate family members. It was such a blessing. So
are they gonna live with there? Are they gonna stay?
Yeah, they're here for good. Yeah, so they're retired here now. So happy. Been like then my entire life they were just like all over the places, and I was here and they were overseas. So it's really good, really good.
That makes me so happy. I didn't know. I thought they were just visiting for a few months and then going back home, but that's nice. I'm so happy.
Yeah. Thank you. For you, amazing. I was just looking at our notes. You started right end of August, beginning of September. Can't believe we went through summertime, fall time, and we just went over Christmas. Crazy how time has flown by. And I still remember our first call together with you. So, but remind me. Of course I know, but remind maybe the audience here, like, who were you, Jeanette? Like, who were you before starting the program?
I was going through a lot I remember emotionally, I was very down, I guess you could say, because I just wasn't happy. A big part of it was when I'd look in the mirror, I would look at myself and I would say, who is this? Because the body that I was looking at, the person that I was looking at, it wasn't me. It wasn't the active dancing, like how, dancing is such a big part of my life. It always was. And I was always active, but I looked at myself and I remember thinking, that's not me. And so it, of course, the weight was an issue, but it was also the belly, how it bulged out and how nothing fit me. So because of that emotional strain, everything else that happened, like, you know, my kids, my husband, all those relationships had to suffer because I wasn't myself. I wasn't happy. So I didn't want to do a lot. I just did whatever the bare minimum. And so I knew I had to do something. So that's really what catapulted me to start. Well, I had to figure out, I had to look at myself and say, because I had never seen my stomach like that. And it wasn't just, I remember seeing, it wasn't that I looked obese, even though I knew I was overweight. I felt off. I remember feeling my stomach was, it was like as if I had like Lego pieces inside. It was like everything was loose. It didn't feel like normal. So I remember browsing online and reading different things, and I came across Diastasis recti, sorry if I'm not pronouncing it correct. And I remember I was like, wow, I've never seen that. So that term. So as I read through it, I realized, wow, that sounds like what I have. And I would look at myself and I was like, ooh, but I hadn't measured myself for anything. I came across your page, and there was where I really was able to confirm, okay, this is exactly what's happening with me. And because of this, I'm suffering and struggling. So then I reached out to you, and then the rest is history.
Yeah. How many months postpartum when you find out you had DR?
So I had my son in February. So March, April, May, June, July, August. So at the end of his 6 months.
6 months, then you realize, how come the stomach isn't shrinking, right? It still looks so rounded, right? And protruding, right?
Yes. Because with my firstborn, I bounced right back. And I thought, okay, this isn't normal. And I did have a C-section with my second one. So I thought, oh, maybe it's because of the C-section. But no, it ended up boiling down to being DR. And I actually talked to my friends about it, and they didn't believe it. They said, we would have never, we had never heard of that. Like, this was like a new concept to a lot of us. Well, to them. So it felt kind of nice to bring them into my journey, you know, indirectly, and share that with them. And they've actually noticed, they all comment, oh my goodness, what are you doing? You look great. And they're blown away by the progress that I've made over the months. It's
amazing. So when you find out you had DR, were you like, so when you were like kind of relieved that, oh, this is actually a thing, it's not just a belly, but were you also looking for like maybe like other options that could help you to get rid of the belly? Like, were you looking at any other, like, I'm sure you did your research, right? And like, were you looking at like what kind of exercises or protocol or whatever to help you with the DR?
Well, I mean, I knew that I had to fix that. And I remember thinking, if there's other benefits that come along with that, then that's a bonus. And as I continued to follow you and hear your stories, like I'd watch your stories, I'd read your posts, I realized, oh wow, there's more to this. There's other components. There's nutrition, there's obviously exercise, which was what I just thought it was. I thought, okay, a little exercise and we're good. But no, nutrition was a big one, and I had no idea. And even what was really cool was, sorry, and I know that you had asked about the components, but I never even imagined like the self-draining massage, all those bonuses, like that all contributes to the success of healing DR, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, I really was looking for initially exercise. What exercise is going to fix this?
Yeah.
Then, you know, I was blown away when I realized there was so much more to this world than just exercise.
Yeah, no, you're so right. It's like when I found out I had DR too, it's like the first thing is what exercise, Google, right? What exercise can I heal my diastasis? And you would only think about exercise, core exercise, what specific targeted exercise for the DR core exercises. And you would never think about simple things like breathing or like the self-lymphatic massages and skin rolling. Those are the things that actually help you achieve that look, not just a particular exercise, but it's a more holistic approach from actually having upper body strength and lower body strength, having that good posture, how to have the good posture. And those are the things that help you to have a strong core, to have that flatter tummy that we all want to have. And yeah, it's not just about, one exercise. I mean, there's so many exercises online you can Google, right? And
Yes.
it's like, how do we put the missing pieces together that would fit your profile?
Yes.
That matters.
No, I'm glad you said posture, because that one was huge for me too. When when I got to that video of the posture, like made me so much more aware. And it really, oh my gosh, there were so many things. But yes, posture was a big one. So I remember shortly after that, all of my pictures, I remember thinking posture, posture. Even I did my weights, I would think, okay, how's my posture? It makes you so aware. There's so many moving parts to this. It's yes, and the breathing, that was another one that I tell people. Breathing is so important. And they think breathing. Yeah. And I say, your breath is crucial to the success of this program.
Yes, it's like so simple, right? Such a simple thing, and you never think about your breathing. You breathe every day. So what would you say, like, if you were to think back about your journey in the program, what would you say, like, the one or two thing that was your most favorite, whether it is the nutritions or exercises itself, or the structure, or the accountability, the check-ins, or the Facebook group, or what do you think would be your favorite?
I have to say, there were so many, but that I enjoyed because I knew it was going to be very important for my success was the accountability. I love the fact that I had to report back on an app, and everything is, tracked, trended. I could make comments, and then there's feedback that I receive. That for me was huge because because I'm a big fan of personal training. I'm not the kind that goes to the gym by myself and I figure out, I need to be told. So being that this was, a virtual program, that part I thought, is this going to work out? But because of that accountability portion of it, I felt as though somebody was with me every time I was working out, every time I reported. So it was very beneficial. And I loved that. I can't even like single one thing out, but I also loved the Facebook page. I think it's amazing that how you have it set up where it's totally private, completely, you can't search for it. And you have like Nitika was like on top of those videos. She was just screenshotting and comparing. That was beautiful. I was loving that. Every time that I would, because I would even look at other people's videos, and I would try to see, okay, let me see what she did here. And then I would look at her comments, Nitika's, and I was like, oh yeah, I see that. And that would help me to make sure that, I made sure to do it correctly or differently if I was doing it the same. That Facebook page was excellent. Yeah. Because you felt like you were part of like a big group so like if let's say I was at the gym, I felt like I was with other ladies doing the workouts together. So felt like a sense of community, I guess you could say.
Yeah. And it's fun to see when other people posting it, you feel like, I should do my workout now. She also have 2 kids too. Like she's working out and she's working. Like, how can I not work out? You sort of feel that little bit of that peer pressure. to not just like me as a coach as your pressure, but like also peering, like, oh, other people doing it, and I feel like I should too.
You were great. You also would post, and it was always different things. Like it was never like the same. And I loved it because you kept people engaged. I loved it whenever you did your lives, like your Q&A, because I was like, yes, I'm gonna ask her this. I'm gonna ask, that was my opportunity to throw in a few questions. It was just great, Becky. Like the way you have everything set up is amazing. For being virtual, you really feel like you're with, I felt like I was with you.
Yeah, but and then at the comfort of your home.
Yes.
And tell me about, I know throughout the journey, there was maybe midway through the program, there was one point that you fell off the track, right? And you don't have to tell us here what it is, but like, how did you get back on? Like, what motivates you? Because usually when people fell off the track, they feel demotivated and they felt like, oh, what's the point now? I'd love to catch up, or, they just have a lot of negative mindsets in them. And then they go the downward spiral, and it's really hard to get back up. But how did you come back? Because you came back strong and fierce, and you did it.
Yeah, I mean, it all boils down. I came back because I felt accountable. I said, wait, why did you start this and now you're not going to continue? I've come this far. Why am I going to stop now? And it's funny, if I ever did miss a workout, I always tried to make it up the next day with that next day's workout. So I knew, okay, I fell off track. Now I have all these days that I didn't complete. So now I've got to double up, and I've got to try to knock out, a day from the past and the workout from today. So it was good for me. I needed that. The accountability was huge for me.
Yeah. It was because.
And I thought, you've done this, you've come this far, keep going, don't stop, don't let this hurdle, don't let it cause you to throw in the towel.
Yeah. The self-talk, right? Self-talk yourself into it, even though on the days you don't feel like doing it, on the days that you just don't want to do anything, you're self-talking and knowing that somebody's there supporting you.
Yeah.
That's great. That's good. I'm so happy for you. And yeah, share with us, how you are today, Jeanette, on December 28th, how you feel now before we ring the bell 2022. Like, how do you feel this year? I mean, now and as of today.
I feel great. I look at myself now and I see that I'm a lot closer to the person that I used to be. I have a little bit left to go, but I'm definitely not where I was. I feel happier. I definitely have more energy. I'm definitely more active around the house. I don't feel out of breath, which it's tied to, being more in shape than I was before the program. My clothing fits me, which is huge. And I'm in a better place, even emotionally. I'm in a much better spot, physically and emotionally.
Yeah.
And even nutrition, from a nutrition standpoint, I've learned a lot because I now know what foods I need to avoid, because I know what the problem foods are and what's going to cause me to have bloating, and, what's going to deter my progress. So that was new too. And I'm grateful because I know now like what I should be eating and what portions they should be, because that was a big one too. That was a big hurdle for me. Because I was not one, I didn't grow up eating a lot of vegetables. So I had to really get myself to enjoy eating the vegetables and the protein. So, but I feel great. I've seen it definitely works. And
yeah.
I know.
Let's piggyback on that. I love that you say you weren't a big vegetables eater. And so how did you make yourself eating Dumb.
I would fill up my plate with veggies. I had little side of the protein. And then what I would do was I would take a little bit of like a salad dressing, like a little bit of on the side, and I would dip my veggies in there and eat them. And that was really what gave it a little flavor for me to eat the entire meal.
Yeah. And then you got used to it, and then you started to eating more and more.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's so good. Yeah, it's so good. I mean, it takes like 3 weeks to build a habit, but at least 3 months to make it into a lifestyle. And you truly did that to make it become a lifestyle for you, so you know how to maneuver it throughout, from now on, from here onward, you know how to make it work for you, for your lifestyle. That's amazing. And I know you lost a lot of weight, so tell me, how much weight did you lose in total?
I lost 12 pounds. I'm super proud.
I thought it's a little bit more than that. No, I thought.
Was it? I thought it was 12, but maybe I'm wrong.
I think you started like maybe 160 something, and then it went up, and then I think 150 something by the end of it. I have to double check the number, but I know you lost a lot of weight, and I'm so proud of you.
14 or 15, I think you're right.
Yeah, more than that. But yeah, I mean, weight isn't the focus of the program anyway, so it's a byproduct, and you lost some, which is amazing. And what's more important is that core strength and the DR and all chilling up well. Thank you.
And that's it for today's episode. If you find today's episode valuable, please share it with your friends, with your mom's circle, and they might also have this mindset shift and also learn more about diastasis recti. Thank you for spending some time with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.